Joining me on set now, the candidate of the All Progressives Congress, APC, Senator Chris Ngige. Thank you for joining us on politics today.
Thank you, Sharon.
We are in your home, and now a lot of controversy, and Anambra State litigation in election is very popular. Now, after the announcement, your party says that INEC connived with the ruling party to rig the election. What's the basis of this allegation?
Well, maybe you want me to sing the same song all over, like an old gramophone record. Our party has documented everything, presented to INEC, and made our complaints public. I had also appeared on your program, and I discussed the issues. The issues are very germane issues and simple. We are not saying we must always win an election. Nobody wins all the time. For me, it's a sportsman thing. From my students' union days, I was a member of the Student Representative Council of the University of Nigeria Novo Campus. We started contesting election from the floor to represent your floor. I went as a medical student into the SRC 2 times. First time I lost, but I hugged my opponent and took him to the swearing-in ceremony. That's what it should be. But when the playing field is not made even, level, and you see some skewing, you have a right to say no. But I mean, for people like me, I don't like injustice. I fight for other people. And when you bring injustice to my doorstep, I will never keep quiet. The voters register for this election, flawed. 2 areas of flaw. We said the voters register given to us, we are not the ones used on election day. And when I talk with some amount of practicability, things that I can say happen to me or happen at my doorstep. I come from Alo, Ward 1. Alo has a Ward 2 in the Demilisa local government. In the Ward 2, which is not my own ward, they know it's not my own ward. People whose name started from N-O up to U could not see their name in the register. They called me, and I said, okay, take the voters register we are printed out and given to you, with which to go to the houses of people to solicit for votes and present. Because people's names are there. And the names so pasted also, your names are there. The supervising presiding officers refused to use that register, refused to even go and see the pasting, and when they eventually did, they said, yes, their name is on the paste, but it's not in this register we can wait, so you can't vote. Most Anambra people, and my people in particular, are okay, Kafo, Koro, Nwosu, Nwankwo, Nwoye, Uzokwe, Uzowulu, Uzodema. Those are the people.
And so they couldn't find their names from the letter N downwards. They could not. Well, it's interesting that you were provided with a copy of the voters register a month before the election.
3 weeks.
And 3 weeks before the election, about a month. And afterwards, they gave you another one. Very close to the election. But now, your party is saying that there is a problem. Did you see this coming?
How do you look at a voters register? We held what they call it an interactive session stakeholders Wednesday. And they said after this meeting, political parties should come and take a diskette. It's not even a voters register. Because rightfully, INEC should give you certified copies. Not diskette. How do you say the diskette is yours? There's no authenticated diskette. But we, in good faith, said, okay, let us work with it. And then people get to their booths and they don't see their name. In our areas of strength, including my hometown, they have the temerity to apply this even in my hometown. You know, Joto,
do you think that was actually intentional about?
Of course, it's pre-planned.
Really?
You know, Joto, for example, let me also give you a scenario and you shudder. They called me up from Ojoto and said, we can't see our names from this alphabet down, this page down. I then asked the stakeholder who was calling me, you have a voters register which we printed and given out to you all. Go and bring and show the supervising presiding officer and the presiding officer. They brought, they refused, just like they did in Alo. So they were under instructions. But that one, the electoral officer, they let the cat out of the bag. They rushed to their local government headquarters and brought sheets that contained the names of those people. So they purposely removed those aspects of the voters register. And why were they able to do that? They are people who were arranged already from Anambra University, where the deputy governor of Abga comes from. And the comradeship, the camaraderie, the colleagueness, and everything is that you return one of your own. So all sorts of strategies were adopted. So they are pre-planned irregularities. For example, they tell you about the man in Idemili North, the electoral officer. It's not the job of electoral officer to distribute materials. The person who distributes materials is the SPO. But this electoral officer is under instruction that there must be a delay. And he never did it.
So all of this.
So these are the connivance, and these are the pre-planned irregularities I'm talking about.
So all of this you attribute.
The electoral officer is not alone. He's not working alone.
Who would you think he can be working with?
Are you asking me? The INEC chairman has answered it. He said he was induced by some people, by some politicians. Let him name them. The man was induced. But I make bold to say that the man is not working alone. That's all I'm saying to you. You know why I'm saying that? In 2011 election, INEC forced me to go for a run or whatever they call it in Enugu Ward 1. At the start of the election, they took away the result sheet. We asked the electoral officer, where are our result sheets for this election? He said it's coming. 2 hours into the election, the result sheets were not there. So we refused to vote. And we called up Abuja. Luckily, we got Professor Liga's office. And he called and said that the man should be changed and arrested. The same way this man is being arrested now. The EO in Idemili North. He's under custody, and they tell you he's undergoing interrogation. So that same man was arrested in 2011. I've forgotten his name. But I can tell you confidently, that man faced the so-called administrative inquiry, in which none of us was invited to talk to them on what we know. It was the men talking about themselves, the people who caused crisis in the field, the people who sabotaged in the field, talking to you, and you have no other way of cross-checking from anybody.
So
what I'm saying is that nothing will come out from the electoral officer from Idemili or Chukwujeku Okeke. No, nothing. As a matter of fact, the man of 2011 has undergone promotion and is serving in another state down in Nasarawa as a senior electoral officer.
So what's the stand of your party now?
We made our stand clear. We don't participate in a gerrymandered election. We don't participate in a comic show. I thought comic shows are reserved for, is it what the record is, Alibaba and the other people. I didn't know that INEC has joined in this comic. Can't you see what happened? The people refused to come out to vote.
So is your party rejecting this declaration of the way?
Of course, we reject it. It has nothing to do with Willie Obiano as a person. You see me and him, we crack jokes at debates and things like that. But the process that is bringing him in is flawed, is tainted, is crooked, is riddled with irregularities.
So if you were to rate INEC, how would you rate INEC?
Today, based on this election?
Or based on this election?
They can't score a 30% from me.
Really?
No, not. INEC knows. They know that their chief commissioner here shouldn't run this election. When Professor Jega says, I didn't receive petition from political parties, I laugh. And I'm surprised he says so.
So are you going to court?
Of course we should. And we would. We're law abiding. Do you want me to ask people to point to the streets? No. We ask them, we are not contesting. And they went in dollars. Out of 90,000 votes for Idemili North, what did you get as the figure of people who voted in that election? 9,000.
I must thank you.
Less than 9%, 10%.
I must really thank you for coming on the program. Unfortunately, time is not on our side. Senator Chris Ngige, thank you for coming on politics.
Thank you, Sharon. Thank you, Sharon. We will make our stand known. And we are happy annexed that continue with the administrative inquiry. We would like to testify there. A person of my status, I don't put my pen on paper and talk rubbish.
All right, that's how far time can permit us on the program tonight. It's been wonderful watching and monitoring this election from the very start to the end, when the candidate of ABGA was declared winner in this election by INEC. Well, a lot of controversy have trailed this particular process. We will be watching to see what comes next. From Awka, the capital of Anambra State, where we are reaching you on behalf of the team here, I'm Shehu Okimale. Thank you for staying with us, and good night.